Hello. To say thank you for hitting 1,000 subscribers, I thought I'd do some commentary on this video instead of the usual random song that fits the vibe, slapped over the time lapse. I haven't done a voiceover in a while, and it seemed fitting. So, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I know it sounds not genuine, but I mean, it is. I really don't know how to talk. So for this video, I wanted to talk more about my relationship with drawing and posting to social media and how it's changed over the years. I kind of wanted to see if anyone could relate, or to see how their experience differs, or if you don't draw and post your drawings to social media at all, maybe it'll be interesting? Question mark? So about 11 years ago when I started drawing, it was, why the fuck did I write this? It was for ship art and fandom engagement. Then turned into admiring other artists, and it turned very quickly into admiring other artists and their art style, and me wanting to do what they do. I would approach speed paints to understand their drawing process, and my art was quickly improving. But still, I remember the frustration of not being able to get what was in my head onto the paper. I kept blaming my tools for my lack of skill, and I thought an art style was something you picked instead of something that's developed, and thinking I, at some point, would unlock an art style instantly. A couple years later, my art style had developed, and I was comfortable with drawing. I was often proud of what I drew, and I kept waiting for my big break where everyone would discover my art. Back then, I wouldn't say drawing was easy, but looking back, it's insane seeing how much art I was able to make. After I graduated high school, I continued to draw, but I mean, there was a definite shift. I had hit some art block. I switched from Paint Tool Sci to Clip Studio Paint as my drawing program, and the learning curve had really gotten to me. The product of that struggle still haunts me. Looking back at those pieces that I made in that little rough patch hurts a little, but I soon found some new music and I became really inspired. I got the idea to start a huge project that up until that point I wasn't sure I was capable of finishing. And after that wave of inspiration, my art picked up in quality. I got used to Clip Studio and I was proud of what I was making. Things were looking up. And then I got a job. I mean, it was only a matter of time. Being jobless was nice in its ways, but it kind of sucked. I will not lie. The routine gets old real quick, plus some world events did not help. So in 2021, I'm hired, and I am thrust into the joys of being employed. The adjustment from being home literally all day to waking up at 5 in the morning and lugging equipment around and then going home at 3 to 4 p.m. had left me exhausted. I'd go home, scroll for an hour or so, I'd fall asleep, and then I'd eat dinner, and then I'd go to bed, just to do it all again the next day. A cycle that I know probably a lot of other people are struggling with. Needless to say, it doesn't leave much room for drawing. Honestly, it left me very sad, seeing just how much I stopped drawing. But this job also left me with some money. So I saved up for an iPad so I could start drawing at work, and it did help me a lot. My job sometimes has big breaks, so I would use that time to draw. Again, new drawing program, a new learning curve. While we're here, just a little side rant note. I hate Procreate. It is grossly overhyped. It's a very poorly named app. I'll only draw on it if I'm out of town or at work. Even then, I can only make sketches on it because it's just impossible for me to paint on there. To paint, you have to use a blending tool that isn't a part of the brush that you are using to lay down color. You have to use a separate brush to blend the colors. And I cannot operate like that. I do not understand how people create some of the masterpieces that they make on that app. If my brush can't lay down color and blend at the same time, then what are we doing? So that is kind of the in my life situation I've had with drawing. Now comes the social media aspect of it. During my whole art journey, I posted my art online. A goal of mine has always been to grow online and to have people who like my art see my art, because I just like making cool things to look at. There's never really been much more than that. I've mostly been using Instagram to post since 2015. A motivator through this whole time has been seeing the little numbers on my screen grow. Now we're at the point where I can finally start talking about this drawing. This is my internet persona inside of a computer. An internet persona, to me, is this character that I use as like a puppet or an avatar to express myself online. Through this journey to 1,000 subscribers and sharing my art online, it's much felt like I'm stuck on the internet, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm okay with it. Cramped by what feels like my limited reach to my audience. Regardless, I'm still trying to show off what I can. I've got limited options. Most of my followers are on Instagram and they are inactive, and so my posts don't really do too well on there anymore. I'm not sure if TikTok is even going to be available in the US in the future. I wrote this script in September, and it is currently January 6th, so that's, there are other options, and I do have goals. I made this drawing to kind of prove to myself that I can still draw. So this drawing is special to me. It's exactly what I had in mind, and I really like how it turned out. I went into it wanting to render it as much as I possibly could to get kind of a gauge on what I can do and what I'm capable of. And I can see that I've got a lot to improve on, but I am still very happy with the final product. I recorded this with good old-fashioned screen capturing instead of Clip Studio Paint's time-lapse export feature. I think I prefer the screen capture style of speed paints because it's easier to tell what I'm working on. You can see what I'm zooming in on and painting instead of just only looking at the overall picture the whole time. I mean, let me know what you think if you are an active speed paint consumer. While I've gotten more used to having a job and the workload that comes with it, I still struggle to find time to draw. Not only that, but the motivation and passion. Looking back, it feels like I used to be so much more creative than I am now. I'm 24 now, and creatively I feel emptier than before. More often than not, when I go to draw, I'm kind of just stumped. I don't know if social media has beaten my brain to a pulp and I don't have any creativity anymore, or if that's just what it means to get older. There's got to be several factors to this. But, I mean, that's where I am. In the past, what's gotten me through times like this was a big project that I can just pour myself into. And I've got a couple ideas for the next big thing. The first idea is a webcomic. The details of one of my oldest OC stories is starting to get worked out, and I have wanted to make a comic since 2016, so I'm thinking I should just go for it and stop concerning myself with making it up to some high standard that I have, and to just do it. it's not gonna be amazing. Second idea is to make a stop motion project. There is a song by Will Wood that I had a sort of clear vision of what I wanted to make for it. That vision is so specific, it would take up so much time and so much physical space that I don't really have the means to dedicate that much space for a long-term project right now. Now, after all of these years, my relationship with posting art online has definitely changed. I no longer see the views or likes as a reflection of my skill. I sort of believe that if something deserves to get popular, it will with time, to an extent. Generally, that's what I've found. Going into 2025, I have my own art goals and goals for this channel. I have a few voiceover topic ideas that I can and will ramble about to more speed paints because I enjoy videos with the artist's voiceover more than a song over the time lapse. I hope you feel the same. That being said, there are also some voices that I just can't stand listening to, so you are always free to mute me and play your own music. Just don't let me know that you're doing it. I don't know if my heart could take it. Look forward to more commentary speed paints, the Valentine's Day redraw that happens every year, and I plan on focusing my posting to Blue Sky and Tumblr, not to mention also YouTube, because I just said that I would do more commentary videos. I will also link my other social medias in the description if that's something you're also interested in. Yeah, that is all. Thank you. Bye.